So real quickly, 2.1 and 2.2. We're going to show you how to do some integers and some absolute value. So, and also opposites. So this is for my friend Kevin Geisinger. Suzuki! He'll understand that, but anyway, you don't have to write that in your notes. So here's what we have. We got the number line right here. Start, in the middle is 0. All these numbers to the right are positive. All these numbers to the left are negative. And this is important. The numbers get bigger as you go right. So right down here, I want you to write this. I want you to write this, what I'm going to say. We use something called a 2-point method, where if you're trying to figure out, and you don't have to write this word for word, but if you're trying to figure out 2 points on the number line, which is bigger, which is less, you actually just mentally put your finger on the 2 points. So like, let's say -3 right here, or -3 right here, excuse me, -3, and 0. And you look at them and you think, oh, which is bigger, -3 or 0? The number to the right, using the 2-point method, the number to the right is always bigger, no matter what it is. So like a -100 and a -50, which is bigger? Well, -100's 100 points to the left, -50 is 50 points to the left, so 50 is bigger because it's the number to the right. So we're also going to talk about opposites. Opposites are denoted with a negative sign, like if you have something like this. What this means, and I want you to write it right here, right equals, this means the opposite of -6. The opposite of -6. So write that down. The opposite of -6. Write that in words. And then the equals, what does the opposite of -6 equal? Well, the opposite of -6 equals +6. Absolute value is the distance from 0. Okay? It's kind of like telling you that I grew up on a farm 3.5 miles north of Quinter. Here's Quinter. 3.5 miles north of Quinter. This is my house. 19 miles south of Quinter. This is Castle Rock. All right. There's Castle Rock. So, do I tell you that my house is +3.5 and Quinter is -19? No. We just talk about distance in terms of positive values. My house is 3.5 miles away from Quinter. Castle Rock is 19.5 miles away from Quinter. So, when we talk about this, the absolute value of 6, and write this down please, is 6. It's 6 units away from 0 on the number line. -6, the absolute value of -6, how far away from 0 is it? It's 6. So these two answers would be 6. There's only one caveat with that. Let me show you. What does this mean right here? That means the opposite. What does this mean right here? The absolute value of 6. Right. Okay. So what this actually means is the opposite of the absolute value of 6. You got to first define what's the absolute value of 6. Well, the absolute value of -6, sorry, of -6. The absolute value of -6 is 6. Now we want to know what the opposite of that is. Well, the opposite of 6 is -6. No. So I told you the absolute value is always positive, and that's right. This absolute value right here was positive, but there's something acting on the outside of it, and that's that opposite of. So you got to be careful of what you're doing there. We'll do a bunch of these. We can do about 100 of these in 10 minutes. It'll be pretty quick and easy learning. Have a good day.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.